Yes, let's see. Good morning. Saturday morning, almost the end of September. Just kicking off the live for today. Awesome. I see that some people are checking in. Iris, one of the girls of the team, is checking in. Let's see if I can get her on the call. Let's load it. Good morning. Guys, what are you up to today? How is it going?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Working. Good morning, Iris. How are you
Good
today?
morning. I'm doing great. However, I'm calling from the Netherlands currently, and the weather is so bad.
Is it? Ooh. Well, I need to confess, I know about it. We just had this autumn weather, didn't we? Um, yeah, I left the country and escaped to an office in Sardinia, Italy, to have
I'm
some.
so jealous right now. How is the weather over there? Is it great? Sunshine, warm?
It's good overall. We do have a pretty cloudy day today, but if that's all, it's not a big deal, I guess.
Yeah, I'm jealous to be honest. Not only for the pasta and for the pizza, also for the weather.
Oh, 100%. I think that the whole, the package is just perfect. So for all the Italians that are watching, I would love to be your like set neighbor.
We're coming your way.
100%, 100%. Sweet. So yeah, so cool to do this live call with you today, Iris. For the people who don't know, maybe we should do a quick introduction about who we are and a little bit of background, just some nice stuff. Would you like to start?
Yeah, sure. So it's very nice to meet you all. My name is Iris. I'm calling from the Netherlands. I was born and raised there. And yeah, I'm an intake coach at the Laptop Lifestyle Master Program. So that's what I am. And I'm 25 years old. Also good to mention.
Sweet, sweet, nice. Thank you. So, yeah, my name is Linda. Some of you might have seen me before on the previous live call with Francie, or maybe on the first ever live event we hosted in Utrecht last month, which was incredible, wasn't it, Iris?
It was amazing. It was beautiful to see all these Dutchies, and even some came from Belgium. And it was lovely to see some of our students, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So yeah, my name is Linda. I'm actually the head coach of the Laptop Lifestyle Master team. I'm working for a while now with Jet. I've been in the military before and actually switched career to start working from my laptop. We will talk about that a little more. I think that's nice for all of you to get a little insight about. So yeah, let's dive in. Iris, I'm curious. What do you do on a daily basis working for Jet?
Yeah, good question. So I see all the people that want to join, the Laptop Lifestyle Master Program. So they book in this consultation call and they end up most probably with me, where we just have a nice 15-minute chat about who they are, what their goals are, what they want to achieve as well, right? And why they want to leave their 9 to 5 or grow as a freelancer even. And then we're going to have a little bit of a talk about that. It's a short, fun call. And then, of course, we decide if we're a fit and we can help them. And if we are, then we're going to schedule even a second call where they even get more information. So it's nice and short, but I love it because I see all these enthusiastic, amazing people that are just wanting to change their lives, for sure.
Oh, I love that. That sounds so good. So, um, the recap, people book that first call, the ones they can book with the link in our bios or on the website, right? And they probably end up with you. We also have Nina, one of the girls in our team, doing some of the intake calls, but big chance they end up with you. So we both know, and maybe some people will recognize what I'm going to say now. It can be pretty scary to, press that button and book a call. So maybe it's nice to talk a little bit before about why would people book a call with us? What is the purpose of LNP? Where can we get you? There's a fly in here. How about that? What do you think?
Yeah, sure. Well, I have to say I don't bite, right? People are like, oh, I'm so nervous getting with you on a call. And I'm like, we're just going to have a nice short conversation and you want to change your life. So let's take action and let's talk about what's the roadmap to get there actually together. Because if you don't, book in that call, then nothing will change. So no obligations, it's just a nice call.
100%. Yeah, I totally agree on that. Totally. Yeah, and I think yeah, what is good to tackle? I saw a question coming through about the freelancing. So basically, what both Iris and I are still doing also, we are freelancers, and that means that you're working completely self-sufficient for companies or clients. And with LLMP in the direction we are looking at, we are focusing on high-ticket marketing freelancing. So that basically means that you are going to arrange the digital marketing for a company of clients in the direction of your interest. So give me an example, Iris. What would
Social
be?
media marketing, right? It's a big one. And if your passion is fitness, you can do the social media of fitness companies all around the world, for example.
Yeah, that's nice, right? We have that student, Mace. His parents were both like very into arts and he grew up in a very artistic way. And now he's doing digital marketing for art galleries and artists over the whole wide world.
It's amazing. Can I tell you something? How I started? I did copywriting, right? So I wrote blogs and I love traveling. I know I'm now in the Netherlands, however, I love traveling. So what I did is I wrote blogs for travel agencies. So I could write about all these amazing places in the world, probably visit them as well, right? Because I have to do good research and then write a blog about it. So that's combining my passion with a digital skill like copywriting.
Wow, I really love that. And how does it feel to be working in an industry that really lights your fire? Because I can imagine that even if you're working a lot of hours in the week, it doesn't feel that way.
No, it's not comparable, Linda. When you do something that you absolutely love and in a niche that you absolutely love, I always say it doesn't even feel like work. And maybe that sounds a little bit cliche, right? I understand. But when you're doing research about something that you adore, then it doesn't feel like work. So time flies by, you get paid, which is also important. And then you can just do it in those extra hours. If you have like 1 hour spare per day, you can already start, right? You don't need to start it full time.
100%. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
so yeah, indeed, right? It's possible to go into a slow
for
transition. Like,
sure.
yeah, I think for everybody who isn't familiar with the freelancing yet, what is the greatest thing is that you will have a lot of freedom in your time management. So obviously, we're not going to pretend like it's only fun and a big play like kindergarten. No. However, you are in charge about the workload. So how much projects, how much clients do you want to take on? And you are also in charge about when you are going to work. So if you got a regular job, a full-time job, going to uni, maybe taking care of a family, it's easy to combine because you can do it in the early mornings, in the evenings, catch up on a day off, for an example.
Yeah. So how did you do that? Did you combine it in the beginning or did you go like fully freelance?
Yeah, well, in the beginning, I did a short time of combining it, and then I felt like I really loved it, and I believe in something that it's some kind of a gut feeling, and if it's telling you this is the right direction, just go all in, because if you can go all in, you can give it all your attention and you can really make it work. So at some certain point I just decided, like, okay, I'll quit my job at the army, quit it completely, and I'll just go cold turkey and
Yeah.
make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, the journey went pretty fast. I don't know about you, but how long did it take for you to get your first client?
Well, my first client I got in my second month. Yeah. I first took a month really exploring, right? What are the skills? What do I really love as well? Because there are so many digital skills, right?
Yeah.
You have social media management, you have copywriting, building websites, even SEO, graphic design. There are so many things to choose from. So the first period I really took to really discover what I really loved that ended up being copywriting. So then I went, okay, now I know my skill, what's my niche? I did some research in that, right? Then ended up with the travel agencies, and then I landed my client in my second month. Yeah, which was exciting. How long did it take for you?
It went like a roller coaster so fast. Even it went faster than I expected it to. So to be honest, at the first point, I felt like, okay, am I really going to do this? Am I ready? But what I learned, and that was such a good process to step into, is that Sometimes you just need to take action and put it into practice, and you will figure it out. You will definitely figure it out. And that's what we notice in the community of LLMP as well, right? Some people, they start freelancing and they are nervous and it's far out of their comfort zone and a different, completely different cup of tea. But they have so many people, like over 500, I guess, right now inside the community who can help them, who went through the same transition. And you got like a lot of coworkers or friends maybe you can connect with, support each other. I think that made a big difference.
I think it's also good to mention, like, you don't have to have any experience, right? Because of course with me, with the intake calls, I get a lot of questions asking me like, Iris, I work in, I don't know, in the daycare. Can I even do this? But I'm like, well, we're gonna teach you, right? We're gonna be your coaches along the way, coach you until you land, that finish line.
100%. Yeah. Do you think it would be useful if I explain a little bit about what we do at LNMP, like what it entails?
Would be amazing.
So basically what we do at LNMP, we coach people to build their digital marketing freelance business from A till Z within 12 weeks. In those same 12 weeks, we're going to make sure that you land on your, first paying client. So you are going to make money out of the skills you just learned. And in the whole process, we are going to talk and, teach you a lot of topics like the skills, how to find your niche, investigate what is needed, and then we're going to look at the business side. So how do you do your branding? Where do you find dream clients? How do you approach them? Make sure they don't say no, pretty important as well, I guess. How to maintain them and how to go from there into a solid foundation for your business with a steady revenue and a client database that makes you very excited to work with. So that's basically the purpose of the program, what we do with our students.
Yeah, and of course, let's not forget the amazing community, right? Where they can always ask questions, meet like-minded people online, even meet people in the same country as they are, which I feel like the community and the people that you surround yourself with, of course, Jet says it, it's so important actually, because that way you increase your mind as well, right? Your mindset. And I feel like developing your mindset is one of the most important things you can do as a freelancer, because you gotta keep growing, because the market is always shifting, right? So let's do some research together about it. And it's always better to do it with someone else than do it alone.
Yeah, there's a saying about it, and now I have to bring it up strongly. Alone, you can go fast. Together, you can go further. Something like that, right? And I that it's great to have a big support team. Yeah, and there are obviously more ways in LLMP that we are going to support the students, like more ways that we are going to guide them. So we have the big community with like-minded people you can connect with. We do have assignments, a lot of assignments according to what you learn in the program, to really put everything into practice you are learning.
So important.
It's not like a course, right? It's really transformational. We're going to take action right away, and we don't expect you to figure it out on your own. We're in it together.
And it's not just watching videos. You have to practice to actually learn these skills. It's not like here you have 50 videos. No, you have to take action, actually practice, do skills exchanges, and that way you learn the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. Practice over perfection. Definitely. Yeah, what else do we have? We have the coaching calls, weekly live coaching calls hosted by one of our own coaches or external experts, master classes about a lot of different topics. I don't know if you've watched it back already, but we just had one about human design, for an example. We had goal setting. We even had public speaking, which was so cool as well.
Yeah, it's important, right? Besides learning the skills and having coaching calls about that, it's also about motivation and client relationships as well. It's great to get those clients in, but you have to get good relationships with them to maintain it, actually.
100%. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of support growing that business. I'm curious, Iris, what would you say is like the top 3 things you like the most about working from your laptop and the decision you made to work online?
Yeah, that's a good question because I don't think I only have three, right? Well, the biggest thing for me that made me really make the change is not just to be my own boss or make big money. That is nice. That is probably a number three, but on number one is being more with my family, you know? My grandparents, they are still alive, so I can visit them just during the day. I can visit my mom. We can go, I don't know, for lunch. And those are the little things like spending time with your family that you normally don't have if you have a 9 to 5, travel to work, travel from work, and you only have dinner together, right? And I don't think that's life. So spending time with family for sure on number one. Then on number two is to be able to travel and just take holidays. I know I'm now in the Netherlands, but when I take a holiday, I can just, I don't know, go to Italy, for example. And I don't have to be back in 2 weeks because my boss wants to. I can just work from there and then still make money and then come back on my own terms whenever I want. And yeah, the third part is the money. I have to be honest with you, Linda, right? Money doesn't make you happy, but you definitely need it to buy those plane tickets, to do fun stuff with your family. So that are my top three, I feel like. So what about yours?
Good one. I saw a funny comment, by the way. Yeah, Dutchies will definitely recognize our accent because we're both from the Netherlands.
Yeah,
So
we're practicing it a lot. I'm sorry, guys.
we will work on our British accents, maybe one day. Yeah. But yeah, what are the things in my top three? I think one of the most important things that made me go into this transition was that when I was still in the army, what I noticed was that I was always, working hard, but also my previous job. I got this internal entrepreneurship. I always give it my all. I always want to make it a success. But at a lot of moments, it's just not rewarding. You just keep pushing through, and rewarding it will come in a lot of different ways. It's not only money, it's also appreciation, it's room to grow and get feedback, and just the small things. And that's something I really missed. And working from my laptop with a community that I really like, I really connect with, and clients that I picked myself that really light my fire to work with, that is such a big difference. So I really like that. That really gives me energy to go through, get better every day. I think the time freedom is a big one too. Um, Definitely. And I know, and a lot of people who are watching this live will recognize this. There are a lot of things in time we can get back. Whether it's, material stuff, whether it's money or whatever you can think of. And there's just one thing you will never get back in life, and that is time. If it passed, it passed. And for some people, life throws you ugly curveballs that makes you very aware of the fact that time is so precious, because we're still young, right? I'm also underneath 30. Um, Sometimes it feels like I have so much time to figure it out, but let's be honest, we don't, because you never know what tomorrow brings. So why would you be stuck in a situation that doesn't give you the freedom to spend your time like you want to? You never know. Tomorrow can be a completely
Yeah.
different day. So better make what is there today.
And it's also good to mention that, okay, we're under 30, but you can start at what age you want, right? That's very good to mention, I feel like. If you're 60, we have a student, 62. She started a month ago. She's absolutely rocking it, which I feel is amazing. Like, you always say age doesn't matter except for wine and cheese. And it is really true. As long as you want it, it's never too late to make a change.
100%. Yeah, I think for our students, the youngest that ever started, I think she was just 16 or almost 16. And I think the student with the most life experience, let's say, she is 64. So we have a lot in between, right? It's a,
I love that.
yeah, it's a question we get quite a lot on the calls, whether it's the first call with you or one of the second calls, that people are like, okay, but am I too young to start? Do I need more experience, or am I too old? I'm not, into tech. I've never worked from my laptop. And what is good to know is that all of that stuff really doesn't matter indeed.
No.
Your age doesn't matter, where you come from, if you went to university or didn't study at all. It all doesn't matter, female, male. It's just about the results and your personal impact. Like, what do you want to achieve?
Yeah. And it's all about it's all about doing it now, right? That's what I hear a lot of times in my calls. People say, well, Iris, I can do it in 5 years, right? Yeah, well, what will happen in those 5 years? Like Linda says, time will pass, and that time you're not getting back anymore.
Yeah, 100%. I just spoke to a new student on a second call, and we were talking about it as well. She's having 2 kids, and she's like, you know what it is? I'm working, if I may say, I'm working my ass off. Really, doing everything to make sure I have enough cash to meet the ends, because life is so expensive these days all over the world, and it just gets crazier. We didn't reach, a limit yet. And she was like, you know what it is? I miss everything with my kids. I need to bring them to daycare to work. Then I need more money to afford daycare, so I need to work more. So it's a downward spiral. And I miss all the cool things that are happening, all the nice steps. And one day they are going to be 18, 19, 20. It's not like they don't care anymore, but they will have their own lives. I mean, we've been there too, right?
Yeah, sure, they're leaving the nest.
Yeah. So it's a good eye opener, I guess, that for whatever reason, whether it's because you want to have time with your kids or your partner, if you want to have more time for self-development, sports, fun, friends, if you want to travel, explore the world, do it now.
Yeah. Why wait? And it's not like there's always a way to make it work, right? You can just make small steps. However, if you're never working on those small steps, you're never gonna reach that big goal. I always say, let's put in mind one big goal and a few smaller goals, so you keep motivated towards your goal and can celebrate each little achievement for sure.
Oh, I like that. I really like that. Talking about achievements, how do you feel about, growth opportunities and being challenged inside the online space? How do you experience that?
Yeah, I think it's one of the most important things, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I always say, and a lot of people who've been on a call with me recognize what I'm now going to say. Whenever you feel comfortable, you're not in the right space anymore. You need to feel a little bit uncomfortable to grow, actually. And that's what I really love, because in the online space, you keep pushing yourself, right? You keep working with new high ticket clients who always end up giving you more knowledge, always making you grow. And that's the way that you never stand still in your development.
Mm-hmm.
You always grow to the next level. And I feel like growth mentally, but also physically, right? It's one of the most important things. And also one of the best feelings, actually. Because just standing still on the same platform, that isn't fun. You want to achieve new goals. So that's how it is for me. And how about you?
I think it's one of the most important things. You need to keep stepping out of the comfort zone to stay motivated and use that full potential, because we have so much as human to offer, right? Nobody, and I know Jet says it sometimes, it doesn't matter, who created us, but nobody created us to stay in a job, in an office where it's gray and you're not using whatever you can do, whatever potential you do have. So yeah, I think it's very important to make things fun, to stay motivated, to have that excitement feeling. That's really important.
And maybe in a job, you get maybe a raise if you're lucky every 2 years. Well, with the cost of living, it doesn't match nowadays anymore. But if you have a raise, we all know that feeling, right? That excitement feeling about getting a new achievement. Well, what if I told you that, as a freelancer, you have that almost every week when you land a new client, when you deliver an amazing project.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best feeling that you can get, especially if you get that feedback, right? Iris, what an amazing job. I see that my results have now grown so much.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes me the most happy person as well. Besides the freedom, the money, the time, etc.
I think you're mentioning something that is good to talk about now, because you're saying like you see the growth. What is something we see happening in the community? Because obviously you are the first. Jet is talking to people inside the DM, and then you are the first like physical face they're going to talk with. And you see a lot of people who are doubtful, whether it's about working online or their own skills or capabilities. They go through the next step, next round, they push through. What kind of results do you see? Like, what is something you've seen happening that makes you feel so proud?
Yeah, that's an amazing question. And honestly, that's what's giving me that kick, right? Because when you hop on a call with me, normally you can be a little bit like, scared still, or I don't know, unsure about what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
But then I see them in the community, and of course, we all welcome them, right? And then within, I feel like 2 weeks, then they're sharing their wins.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a proud mother almost. Like they're rocking it. I had someone from Germany actually who landed their clients in 3 weeks even because she went fully in. And I couldn't be more proud, honestly. And the confidence that you also see growth, Ring, it's amazing as well.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, I mean, if you have to pick specific results, we got so many. It's hard, um, but we had some great one like Manon. I know she went cold turkey. She went all in, and she was pretty. I wouldn't say scared about taking the leap, but she felt like, okay, what is this going to be like? I know I put all the facts in a row, and it all, it makes sense. But what is it going to be? There is no glass ball to predict the future. And I think she was working with 3 big clients after 4 weeks inside the program, like incredibly fast.
And
And I
even part-time, right? It doesn't have to be full-time. Even if you put part-time effort in, I always say 1 to 3 hours every day can already do it. And let's be honest, if we all watch a little bit less Netflix, then we can get to 1 hour minimum a day.
100%. This is a nice challenge I get for everybody who is watching and feels like I don't have the time to, start something new, dedicate energy to learning a skill or making a change in life. And it can be, freelancing, changing your careers, but could also be movement or taking care of better nutrition or diet, like your diet. If you have an iPhone, you can scroll through the daily. What is it called? Do you know what is the exact name?
I don't know, but just the apps, right? How many hours you watch certain apps like TikTok or Instagram?
Yep, you can see a daily or weekly or yearly overview, like how much time do you spend on your phone, your screen time, how much time do you spend on different applications. Um, Take a look, like how many hours are you spending on Netflix, on scrolling through Instagram without a purpose? That's like the very first part of your day you could use to develop and create a better part of yourself every day. So all of you, take a look after watching the live, and let it be a sign.
Yeah, indeed, the screen time. And screen time, however, you also need to relax, right? We're not telling you you shouldn't relax at all. However, you should be a little bit, yeah, maybe harder on yourself. Like, can I use just that 1 hour not developing a skill or developing another good habit? For sure.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I was just talking to someone in the community, and she was like, you know what I do? Normally every night I watch like 2 episodes of Netflix, and now I just do 1 episode of Netflix, 1 episode of reading a book in my
Yeah.
interest. I have like a work experience. I work a little years before I have my daughter. Yeah, you don't need to make a change. You don't need work experience. To learn everything. If we're looking at our community, over 80% of our students have no prior experience, whether it's digital marketing, working online, running a business, completely new topics, and they are absolutely crushing it. So don't set yourself back because there's might be a lack of experience. I also see that you got a daughter that you're why be home, do something you love, and get experience there.
And how amazing is it as a mother? Because of course I have a lot of moms, right, on my call that are like, Iris, I just want to be a good example for my daughter, for my son, for my kid. And I can tell you, if you grow hard, then you can even learn them the digital skills, and you can even do it together. So that means even more together time.
Family business.
Yeah, that's what I see a lot now. You know, they're first developing it themselves and then they're doing it together. Because kids nowadays, as you know, they're probably already better with digital stuff than we are.
That's true. They go pretty fast. They go pretty fast. I think it's nice if people take a look at our testimonials on our website, um, www.jetvanwijk.com. You can find a testimonial from Paulina. She joined with her daughter. So she started the whole transformation into becoming a freelancer. Her daughter did the same thing. So they could also connect and maybe combine the business somewhere together. I think we also have romantic partners starting together. We have this great example. We just onboarded them not too long ago. Two sisters, and one of them is living in the Netherlands. One of them is living in South Africa, both having a pretty heavy and demanding job, not happy where they are, under-rewarded, no freedom. And they are almost not able to visit each other because, let's be honest, you're not going to fly to, from South Africa to the Netherlands in just for 2 days, for 3 days.
Yeah, and you also need money every time that you take that flight, right?
Yeah.
It's like privilege then, and it was sad, because they only saw each other via a screen, and that was it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they joined together to start a business together so they can spend more time, but also they work towards a situation where they can work locational independently. So if they want to go to South Africa for a few months even, it's possible. I think that was a very, very cool one to help with.
Yeah, sure. I love that. And I saw them in the first call and they were a little bit unsure, right? And that's totally okay. But then once they're doing some more research and watching those amazing testimonials and of course watching the videos, you see that they open up more and they are open to the idea. And the transformation from being a bit scared, because it is a big step, right? To feeling amazing, that's the best part.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So,
what would you say to someone who is a bit scared yet?
Funny, ask the same question. Nice. What is there to lose? I think that is the biggest question you can ask yourself if you feel like, I do recognize a lot of those posts. I do recognize a lot of what they're saying. Even if it's just a little bit that you feel like you're not completely happy in your current situation, what is there to lose if you book a call? The only thing, the worst thing that can happen is that you spend 15 minutes of your time, you have a great chat with you, for an example, Iris, you get some insights, maybe a nice direction to go into. If it's not the right fit for you, that's it. That's the worst thing that can happen. And at least you will not be questioning yourself with what ifs for the rest of your life. Like, what if I would have made a change? What if I would have booked that call?
Yeah.
I think that would be my advice. Ask yourself, what is the worst thing that can happen? What
I always say is, well, if you don't do it, right? If you don't schedule in that first call, which is only 15 minutes, right? So what are we talking about? If you don't do it, what is it gonna do, right? Are you still gonna be in that, well, I cannot swear, right? But in that situation you are in now, are you still feeling miserable because you don't like your 9 to 5 job? I have people on my calls who don't even have windows, just like Jet. When she worked in the UK, she didn't have windows in her office. We have people that cannot spend any time with their kids. Well, if you don't do anything about it, nothing's gonna change. And then in 6 months, you're still gonna be in the same situation.
Yeah, I think what you're talking about now is the cost of inaction, right?
Yeah, it is indeed.
Yeah, the cost of inaction basically means, for those who haven't heard about it before, what happens if you don't take action? And that can be a lot of things. And like simply said, staying in the same situation. But what does that mean, staying in the same situation? I know when I was in the army, if I would have stayed there, I would have not been able to, like for now, grab my bags when autumn weather arrives in the Netherlands and go to Italy to have their, workation, let's say, for a few weeks. I would have been able to be around, be present with my parents. My father is ill. I can now be around. I can even physically help if it's needed. That's like I think if I think about it, I would have missed that opportunity. No way. No way. That would have been a big cost. Yeah. What would be your cost of inaction?
Oh, that's a good one, actually. I feel like my cost of inaction is that I would never reach my potential, that I would be stuck mentally in a space where I couldn't grow. So yeah, that is my biggest cost of inaction, right? Besides not being able to spend time with my grandparents and with my parents, and not being able to have a dog that I can walk whenever I want. That are just the little things. But for me, like mentally, it's the thing that I couldn't grow. And as a freelancer, you're growing every day. That's just the truth. So I would be stagnant otherwise. And I would not reach potential in what someone can really do.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a beautiful one. That's a good one. If there are any questions, by the way, about the freelancing or the program or what we do, then don't worry about asking those questions in the comments. That's more than welcome. Definitely more than welcome. Sweet. So, Iris, can you walk me through the procedure again? Like,
Yeah.
if I'm sitting here and I feel like, okay, something is, tickling me.
I'm interested. So if you're interested in becoming a high-ticket freelancer or doing digital marketing or just escaping that 9 to 5 red race, what you're gonna do is just click in the link on bio and then schedule that first 15 minutes call. If you click on the link, you will see a big calendar with all kinds of days and times. So don't tell me that it's not available. You can select the time that is best for you, and then you're gonna end up with an intake code. That can be me, that can be Nina. And then you're gonna have a 15-minute call about all your goals, where you are right now, and how we can help you, becoming where you want to go. And in that call, you can have a little bit more motivation, a little bit more background, and then we decide together if being a high-ticket freelancer is a fit for you.
Good one. Good one. So, first call, second call.
Yeah, and if we are fit, then I'm gonna schedule another call for you, which is an hour, which is much longer. You can ask all your questions. You're gonna go really deep into your thoughts and what you really want in life, and then you can take action.
Sweet.
And then you'll be welcomed in the most loving community I feel like there is.
Yeah, it's a very good community, very interactive, like-minded people, work and growth mentality. 100%. Yeah. Okay, so recap. People can book a short call, 15-minute call. Then during that call, they will probably end up with you and they are going to have a quick, informal chat about where are they standing, what is their motivation, where do they want to go. Based on that, we're going to find out, would it be possible for us to help you? Would freelancing be a good fit? If it's a let's go over all the options. If it's a no, then you can send people away with some resources or different directions.
Yeah, it's not like it ends there, right? We're gonna look into, okay, well, what fits you again? What's a good first step?
Yeah, definitely. Sweet. So, and if it's a yes, then that's awesome. We are going to book a second call with one of the coaches that we call it a strategy session. Isn't that And during this call, we're going to dive deeper into the current situation and explore all the details that are needed to, yeah, or get you started and make a change in life. Yeah, and go from there, basically.
Yeah, I love that.
Sweet, sweet. I see a question about the Discord community. Yeah, we do have a Discord community. Our whole community is hosted on Discord. Um, and inside that community, it's possible to connect with people based on geographical location, based on your niche or industry direction, on all the skills, even work together with other people. Have you seen it happening already? That freelancers.
And that's why I say the community is my favorite part, right? Because that's where you connect. Because when I was a freelancer, I didn't have friends who also did freelancing. So being able to talk about freelancing and questions that you might have with people in the Discord community of Laptop Lifestyle Master is the best part. You can work together, you can hop on a Zoom call even, and then do a quick review session and show each other your work and get feedback that way from each other.
Definitely, definitely. I like that. It's really like co-workers.
It is.
I see someone telling us that you were in real estate, and I think there's a change needed. So what could be an option for you, since you are familiar with real estate and it's probably an industry that has your interest? You could do digital marketing freelancing for the real estate industry. Can be, a lot. Project development, could be people who supply mortgages, real estate agents, could be a lot. So that could be an option for you. And
yeah, that's great actually, because then you have already this knowledge that you can use.
Yeah.
And you can just combine it with a digital skill. And that way do something you're passionate about, but it's not providing you the lifestyle that you want together with the digital skills.
Yeah. Good combination. Very good combination. What other combinations can we think of that we see happening inside the community?
I have a lot of people who work in healthcare actually. And yeah, that's a combination, right? You can do social media for a company that works in the healthcare. Another thing that I often see is people who love beauty. And there are a lot of beauty salons out there that need your help with digital marketing. So you can do, for example, you can make web pages, right? For beauty salons as well. So there are, I think, like over 100 combinations, right? There are so many niches. We have people who love horses. We have people who, well, love art, of course. That's also a big one. Interior design. I have so many people who are interested in interior design or have, I don't know, a study or just like it. And then they combine it with a digital skill.
Yeah, that's awesome. What is good to know though is that if you have a background in your industry, that can be beneficial and can be nice, but it also gives you the opportunity to explore a completely new direction. Like, yeah, indeed, we have people who have been working as a dentist and they are now working for the dentistry industry. But I also have people, for an example, who have been working as lawyers, a job that a lot of people see like, wow, if you ever become a lawyer, they feel like, I'm not happy. I don't have time to be where I want to be, can't be at the location where I want to be. They switch careers and they tell us, nope, I'm not going to work for the legal industry. I want something different. And they go into a direction of holistic healing or nutrition and foods.
Yeah, I always say it's great if you have knowledge about an industry, but it's not a necessity, right? You can also just have a passion for something. So if you have experience indeed in the law industry, it is not like a given that you need to pick that niche. No, we're here to explore what you want and whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I think that someone was asking if they can find freelancers that came from our program and our community. So if you are curious to learn more about our freelancers and people we've helped, there are two things you can do. You can watch testimonials on our website, which I would highly recommend you to do because they give a very good impression. Second, slide into our DMs, talk with Jeb, and every question you want to know, because she can definitely show you results. She can tell you more about the freelancing work itself, about the skills, about you know, your goals. We can even dive into your goals. Where are you standing now? Where would you like to go? And is this a good fit for you? So I think best one would be to slide in the DM, just ask your questions, and yeah.
Then we can go more in depth about it, and also more about the personal situation, right? I understand that people don't want just to blurt it all out over here in the live, but like just hop in the DM and then you can tell them about your personal situation, and then of course we can see.
Yeah, definitely. It was funny because I remember the other day we had someone coming into our DM and messaging like, this is my background and this is what I'm struggling with. Do you have someone you know who came from the same background? And we were able to come up with a student who had the same background. I think they even chatted a little bit, which was awesome, which was nice. So yeah, I think that's a very good step.
Yeah, sure. And just we also of course have the YouTube account, right, where a lot of more testimonials are on. So I always say there must be a testimonial that resonates with your current situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Good one. Okay, Iris, shall we give some sort of a last advice for people who are on that edge for booking a call, who are not sure if they should do it or not? What would be your final recommendation or advice?
I would say let's just book it. We're gonna have a short 10 minutes, 15 minutes call. It's gonna be so nice. I love to get to know more about you. And if you don't do it, then the cost of inaction, maybe it's even good. That's my advice. Think about your cost of inaction right now. Even write it down. Now book that call together with me or with one of the other intake coaches. And then we're gonna see how we can change that together. And if nothing happens in 3 months and you don't take action, look at that card again and look at what you've written down.
That's a good one. That makes it like
confrontational, I feel like. Yeah, write your cost of inaction down. Yeah. Take half an hour, right? And really think about what you are missing if you don't change your life right now. Maybe even stick it on your fridge. That's what I did, to be honest. I confronted myself to look at it every day.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Good one.
And what about
Sweet.
your advice? Last piece of advice for our viewers.
I think it would be what I'm going to step on my soapbox and I will step off somewhere, okay?
Yeah.
So what we notice a lot is that people, they feel like I don't want to be ungrateful for what I have. Because there are always people, you know, who have it worse. And I think that's a very good mindset, and it's very important to be grateful and stay humble about what is their life. But let's also look at the facts. There is more in life to get for everyone. Doesn't matter where you are in life. And if you're just unhappy with a specific part of your life, whether it's your time, whether it's how much you can challenge yourself, your financial situation, your coworkers. I mean, it can be a lot of things. Take a leap and find out what else is there. And there is nothing to lose. Life is too short to stay where you are, even if it's just a little glimpse that is missing, a little puzzle piece. If you feel like it's not the right time will never come. There's always a reason not to do it. And we know all about it. Let's be honest. Like, I think it's a good thing to finish with. Let's be honest. We're slowly entering the end of September. So, like, October is just around the corner. That means we are entering the last quarter of the year.
3 months. Yeah. Which is insane.
Everybody who's watching this, what was your New Year's resolution? What was it? Where are you now? You probably wrote them down somewhere, or you shared them with your loved ones. Where are you now? You still have 3 months, enough to make a change and start the new year in a brand new way. We have people onboarding in our community who feel like, indeed, your program is 12 weeks, 3 months. If I go on board now, I have enough time to really make a change. And in, 2024, I can quit my job and only work for my laptop. So the right moments, it's not tomorrow, it's not next year, it's now. This is your chance, this is your cue. I think that's my advice.
Yeah. I always say the right moment was yesterday, right?
Oh, true.
Yeah.
My only regret, and that's what I always say, is that I didn't do it any sooner. Because I also felt like, but then I go on a vacay, I can do it when I get back. You know, but now is a busy season in life. Let's do it later on. Guess what? There will always be ups and downs and busy seasons in life. So the best moment to start is when it is like the busiest season you've ever had. Because if you can manage it then.
Yeah. And I hear it sometimes, right? I want to start in 3 months. Well, what's going to happen? You know, in 3 months, you don't know. You don't know what happened then. So why wait again? Cost of inaction. And why not just start now?
100%. 100%. Good one to share with everyone who is watching now and feels triggered. There are still 7 days left until we are going up in price 15%. So for these next 7 days, so the end of September, we still give all of you the opportunity to dive in, see what this can mean for you, see if we can really make a change still in this year and get you to your goals, to that North Star where you want to be. So if this tickles you a little bit, the ID, what are you going to do, Iris?
You're going to go to the link in bio and schedule that 15-minute call whenever you can. Even if you have to wake up half an hour earlier, you're going to do it. Because think about the cost of inaction, write it down.
Yeah.
Just go to the link in bio, book a 15-minute call, and then be open to the idea. That's all you have to do.
100%. Definitely. I will also comment the booking link in the comment of this live event. So you can find it in there too. You can go to the website for more questions, and it can be in every direction. Like, is this a right fit for me? What does it entail? Everything that pops up in your mind, slide to the DM. Jet is more than happy to connect with all of you. And I think so are we. We are ready for you to be a part of your change in life. So yeah, talk soon, I guess.
I want to say, I cannot wait to meet all of you.
I like it. Then, yeah, let's round up the calls or the live session right now. 7 days until our price goes up 15%. So,
but Linda, they don't even have to wait 7 days to have to take action now.
True, that's true. That's true. Book your call Monday, first thing in the morning. You are there.
Yeah, you can book ahead, right? So just go to the link and just set it, and then all you have to do is show up.
Definitely. Sweet. Well, Iris, thank you so much for freeing some time up in your schedule to go live with me. I think it was very valuable to have your opinion and your perspective on all of this too. Sweet little note after you close the live call, and you can save it. Please save it. You get a notification.
I will check it.
Then, guys, and for further questions, don't hesitate and reach out.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
How do I quit a live call? Bye, guys.